we began to, the church had been paying off the interest. The bank was happy with the interest, and I said, well, of course they are. But I said, we want to pay off the capital.
Right.
So we began paying off the debt.
Right.
Then we reduced it, I think it was down to £193. It was pounds those days.
You're not recording, are you?
Yeah.
You are.
And I spoke to the officers, and I had a little plan that we should do something to pay off this debt in this 1 year. And everybody felt that it couldn't be done. It was impossible, and I had presented a little plan. Well, I thought the young people will do it, so I turned to the young people. And I put the plan before the young people and involved them in it, and at the end of that year, that whole debt was paid off.
The young people did it?
Yes, we had a plan for talents. We got a bundle of 10-shilling notes from the bank that had never been used, and the secretary sat there on Saturday night on the table and gave each of the young people 10 shillings and told them, go and trade with it. There was a few of the oldest came in.
And they traded with it and brought back more, like
yes,
the parable.
Yes, that's right. They worked out the parable.
And
And
how
it
long
was
did this
very
take?
successful, 1 year.
1 year, and the church was totally paid for.
Yes,
The Greaves family did it.
yes. Rita Greaves, I remember, she made plastic, or was it leather purses? Leather. They
And she bought the leather with the
bought
10
leather
shillings?
and then put it together and sold purses.
Oh, I see.
Our little girl, Evie, she was one little girl, she wanted to do something, so she got hold of I got some old lino, cut it up in little squares, about 9 or 10 inches square, and she stuck burnt matches and made a pattern for little table mats. The only problem was, of course, she used up all our matches. She went around selling them, I think it was 2 shillings each, or something like that.
Mm.
So the young people all did something or other, and they cleared that. It was mainly the young people that did that.
Yes. Tommy, this church we're in now, there's no doubt been blessed of God over the last, 20 years. It's grown and expanded and it's truly seen God's blessing. Why do you think we have received such a blessing? Where do you see the cause of the growth of this church over the last 20 years?
Well, looking back and over all my years of experience, I have observed one thing, that God plants a church. And when God plants a church, it grows. It rises and falls through the years. This has been the pattern that I've observed. It comes to a peak and then it falls back, but it keeps coming up. It never really dies. And I think that we are now in one of those peaks. And it's due, I think, to the fact that God planted it.
It's nothing to do with any particular personalities or people?
Well, that of course comes in. I mean, God raises up pastors and evangelists and teachers and supplies the ministry, but by and large, it's the Holy Spirit.
It's the blessing of God that makes it grow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the willingness and the readiness of individuals to respond to the promptings of the Holy Spirit. And as we do that, it grows.
Tommy, we're obviously grateful to God for his blessing on this church. If you had to summarise your feelings about God's growth here and through the times that you were there, how would you summarise your feelings toward God and your gratefulness toward him for the blessings that he's imparted here?
Well, we are where we are, who we are, what we are, by the mercy of God. It's all the mercy and the grace of God. And we shall be eternally grateful.